It was the first game of the weekend, Southampton against Manchester United. Southampton, one of only two teams without a point. Manchester United coming off back-to-back defeats, that poor defeat against Liverpool. I think Rebecca asked me at the start of the day, what's most important, the performance or the result? And I said, result every day, every week, right where they are. Listen, performances can come. They did get the result. They got 3 goals. It was, I wouldn't say comfortable, but it was United without too many dramas, I think, against this Southampton team that faded away and down to 10 men in the end. But a good 3 points for Eric Ten Hag and a good 3 points for Manchester United. And you kind of feel like just winning some games and getting a bit of confidence and a bit of momentum is where United are right now.
Yeah, I know it wasn't brilliant, particularly in the first half, but there's still moments, but I'm saying different. I'm not talking about the moments where they've had before last season where somebody will come inside and bang in the top corner. Yeah. There's moments in games where the combination play and the link-up play is quite good. Yeah. Is really good. And I thought Joshua Zirkzee is interesting. I think he's still young. I think he's only 23 or something. It's going to take a little bit of time. But I thought he had a good game, Rob. I thought he had a good game. He holds the ball up well. He had a chance. He had a sitter he should have scored. He had a couple of big chances. We saw Eriksen come into midfield. De Ligt get his goal after a difficult international break where he was getting hammered a little bit in terms of his performance for the national team, which is not ideal. But I've said it now for a few weeks with Eric Ten Hag in this particular phase of his career. There is that with these players that have been brought in that I think most people like, and I think they could be really useful. We saw Ugarte play. He came on, got some late minutes in the game. He's going to be different in midfield for them. I just think it's going to be a little bit of a slow burner. I'm not going to be reacting strongly over the next few weeks as I see this team evolving, because it is evolving. It's very different. Ahmad came back in for Garnacho. Rashford gets his goal. He's still under pressure for me, in my opinion, for Garnacho to play on that side. Yeah. But, with the midfield getting beefed up a little bit now, Mainoo's going to get better. The defensive line, 3 of the 4, is going to be different. Zirkzee offers something a little bit different. Rasmus Højlund's to come back into the side as well. Luke Shaw is a really good left back. So, it's a positive result, of course, but there's other signs in there that I kind of liked in terms of how they're gelling together and few moments of combination passes that look, that looks pretty good. Yeah. So I just think there's signs there that there's something better, and it probably is as these new signings get integrated, Rob, and find their feet, and the younger players get a few more games. It is going to be about these. Mazraoui's fitted in lovely, Rob, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks back. So much better. Yeah.
So I kind of positive. I thought it was not just obviously a good result 3-0. Southampton are doing their thing at the moment and they're finding it difficult. Yeah. But I thought United were improving in the game.
Yeah, and I agree with. I think Bex asked me again during the day about Ten Hag and his position and must he win, and I said I think we've got to stop thinking week by week and trying to make decisions on Manchester United. I get the sense that this ownership group is going to give this guy time, and so they're going to lose a couple of games. And I don't think Ronaldo came out last week, didn't he, with the big opinions about what they should do, and everybody in the press has got their opinions and whatever, and trying to have a dig. And this guy's going to be given time, and quite rightly, I think he's going to give him time to integrate all the players that he bought, players he wants. I think there's going to be time to get the system and style of play that they want. And I think there'll be time. I almost feel like Eric Ten Hag should be almost feeling as comfortable as he has for Manchester United, because they're not going to hire and fire in a way that others might. Or if they wanted to get rid of him, they could have done. I get the sense he's got a Christmas at the very earliest, and if not a season, to see how he does. And if things don't go the way they want, I'm sure then they'll make the moves. But I get the sense they want to give him every opportunity to succeed. And a win at Southampton, listen, is a win that you would expect from a Manchester United team. But I do feel as though, a bit like you, there's some building blocks in place, and given the right time and allowed to develop it, we could see we could get back to an exciting Manchester United who can start to compete in this league more than just contend. Yeah,
I mean, again, I would have expected a change in the summer, Rob, to go with all the other changes. They didn't do it. And if people like us are sort of saying that the hierarchy and the background's been awful at Man United, director of football, the players they've signed, they've absolutely changed all that. So, okay, then you want this guy to continue. Well, there is a different a type of player coming in now. We should give him an opportunity to work with these players that seem to be more ready to go, Rob. Better age, better profile for a club like United. Let's see how he does with them. So like you said, there's a certain amount of time. It's like, okay, let's see it, and then when we've had a good few months seeing it, then we can see, is this progressing or whether it's not. If it's not progressing when all these players are fit and playing, then that's a big problem for the manager. Yeah. But we're not there yet, and let's just wait and see how he brings his team on.
Yeah, not another good day for Russell Martin and his team. Up another 3 goals conceded, yet to get a point this season. He's very wedded to the possession game, and I like that, and I like what he's trying to do. Might have to tweak it a little bit, Rob, in terms of at times just mix it up a little bit more. You come into a league with better players, with better quality, with depth of squad. You've got to find a way to get some points on the board and give yourselves a chance, and that's the thing that he's got to now wrestle with. I know how he wants to play, but maybe he's just got to tweak that a little bit to make sure that he's got a little bit of structure and a bit more security around his team up to give themselves a chance. Yeah.
Listen, I love a man that's proactive, right? And Russell Martin has been proactive. They're having a go, Rob. We how many times have we been on these shows and said like, instead of Burnley of old or something, sitting behind the play and they're having a go. And I can make notes and sort of saying, wow, they're pretty open when the ball turns over. Yeah. They are. But for them to get possession and to try and create something, they have got to throw people forward, and it's a consequence. What are you going to do? You can still lose 3-0 to Manchester United or anybody else by sitting back 4-5-1, 5-4-1, whatever the defensive system, trying to play on a counter attack and never look like scored and still lose a game. So you're right. Can he play with a little bit more insurance? I love the style of play. Why not? Yeah. I mean, that's try and play, try and create something. And by the way, they came into the game. They had plenty of possession after a bit of a slow start.
First 20 minutes.
Tyler Diblin, the young kid, the right winger, Rob, that came as little lefter. Yeah. What a good little talent he looks like. And I'm sure we're going to see a ton more of him. Look really good. Does brilliantly for the penalty. Take absolutely too quick for Dalot there. And that probably was I'm not going to say the defining moment, because I think even if Cameron Archer scores a penalty, Rob, I still think Manchester United would have found a way from then on to go on. It would have been a different game. Yeah, it would have been a different challenge.
A little bit of confidence.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And if you want even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.